if you wish to follow Cittānupassanā. You must learn what is a citta. In Mahasatipatthana Sutta, 60 type of cittas are explained. This is 60 type of citta also not for all people. Not for all people means some cittas are for those who has attained. For example, Anuttarang wa citta, Anuttarang cittanti pachanati, Lokuttara citta, who did not attain yet Lokuttara cittas, they cannot contemplate. So whatever we have, we must contemplate. But this Mahasatipatthana Sutta, Cittānupassanā are explained for all, including Arahants also. They can follow. According to Sila Onda Sutta, Arahants also practice Vipassana. You see, Ariya persons, noble persons, if you wish to remain with Sotapaddi fruition, first they have to practice Vipassana. After that they can attain a plasma patti. Without a Vipassana cannot attain a plasma patti. That is the meaning. Whoever wish to enter this Sima hall must come according to this way, you see, where there is a door. In the same way, whoever, as a noble person, whoever wish to attain their own fruition, plasmapatti, attainment of samapatti, they must go the way of Vipassana. Through Vipassana have to approach. Vipassana is the gate of plasmapattis, the gate of path and fruition, you see. First time, without approaching Vipassana, cannot attain Magga path, cannot attain fruition. After that, after become Sotapanna, Sakadagami, Anagami, Arahant, if he wish to attain his fruition, he must go through Vipassana gate. Vipassana therefore necessary. Without approaching Vipassana, cannot attain. As you know, the object of Vipassana is only Nama Rupa. Therefore, Cittānupassanā, especially for Vipassana, the Buddha has explained in Cittānupassanā. Object of Vipassana here is a Nama, Citta, consciousness. When you practice Vipassana, there are two kinds of object. If you have a Nama, if you choose Nama or Rupa, or both the Nama Rupa, so first we must know the object of Vipassana is a Nama Rupa. Nama Rupa means not belong to Supramandi, not a Lokuttara, Lokiya Nama Rupa. Exactly, Lokiya Nama Rupa. Nama Rupas is the object of Vipassana. To find out the Nama Rupa is there are two aspects. First, if you wish to find Nama, you must find through characteristic. Nama Rupa has two different characteristics. First is sabhava lakkhana, sabhava lakkhana. Individual characteristic. Sabhava lakkhana. Through sabhava lakkhana, you can find a nama-rupa object. What is a sabhava lakkhana? Individual characteristic. Softness, hardness is other elements sabhava lakkhana. Other elements, Patavi, other elements, sabhava lakkhana is softness and hardness. In Bali it is called kakhala lakkhana, becomes solid. Softness and hardness. Contact with the object, mind and the object, is the sabhava lakkhana of phassa. Pusana lakkhana of phassa. That is individual characteristic. Vedana has its individual characteristic, it is feeling. Feeling is a characteristic of Vedana. To realizing individual characteristic is to realizing the Dhamma. That is a sabhava lakkhana. Every Dhamma has its own characteristic. That is individual characteristic. Pali sabhava lakkhana. Sabhava means own nature or individual. Lakkhana means a characteristic. Every Dhamma has own characteristic. What is a Citta's characteristic? Individual characteristic. Citta's individual characteristic is in awareness of object. Awareness of an object. That is characteristic of Citta. So every phenomenon has its individual characteristic. As a Vipassana practitioner, Vipassana yogi, must try to find the individual characteristic. That is the first point. If you cannot find the individual characteristic of phenomena, Vipassana cannot continue. Because of first Vipassana's foundation is the individual characteristic of mind and matter. If you find out the individual characteristic of mind and matter, you have the knowledge of analytical knowledge of mind and matter, nama-rupa preceda. That is not really Vipassana. Only foundations of Vipassana. Foundations of Vipassana. Without a foundation, don't try to establish Vipassana. Foundations are important. If you wish to construct a building, that must have foundation. So Vipassana practice also have foundation. First try to find the object through individual characteristic. After that, you will understand the cause of nama-rupa. That is a knowledge of causality. Paccaya breka. After that, you realize another characteristic that is called Samanya Lakhana, universal characteristic. Samanya Lakhana, universal characteristic. The first is individual characteristic, Sabhava Lakhana. Then, from Sabhava Lakhana, he find out the Samanya Lakhana, that is universal characteristic. There are two types of characteristic. Sabhava Lakhana, individual characteristic, is the foundation. Samanya Lakhana is real the objects of Vipassana. Real Vipassana object. Real object of Vipassana. Universal characteristic. Universal characteristic Samanya Lakhana is anicca, dukkha, anatta. If you find anicca, dukkha, anatta, if you realize anicca, dukkha, anatta, you enter the Vipassana. As long as you cannot find the natures of anicca, dukkha, the characteristics of anicca, dukkha, anatta, you are not yet Vipassana. So, two characteristics. Every Dhamma has two characteristics. Patavi are the element that is the object of Vipassana, that is ultimate reality. This Patavi has two characteristics. One is individual characteristic, the second is universal characteristic. What is individual characteristic of Patavi? Softness, hardness. That is Patavi's individual characteristic. What is a universal characteristic? Patavi, other element, is not permanent, impermanent, suffering, non-so. This is a universal characteristic of Patavi. First, we must work in Vipassana practice with Sabhava Lakhana, individual characteristic. The second must work with universal characteristic, Samanya Lakhana. By concentrating, by mindfulness, by concentration, individual characteristic, we can find universal characteristic. First, we must try to find individual characteristics, Sabhava Lakhana. Then concentration, mindfulness, effort, right thought, right understanding, harmoniously work, then found universal characteristic. Since you find universal characteristic, you are entered Vipassana. You are online Vipassana at that time. Otherwise, you are not real Vipassana. So Chaita's individual characteristic, Sabhava Lakhana, is awareness of an object. Chaita's universal characteristic or Samanya Lakhana is anicca, dukkha, anatta. Chaita has rise and fall, impermanent, therefore suffering. We cannot control it. We have no power to control it, therefore anatta. To see that, that is Vipassana. Seeing in different ways, Vipassana. Seeing things in different ways. So Cittānupassanā, first Citta, the Buddha, Cittas, in Cittānupassanā, the Buddha has explained 6 pair, couple consciousness. Eight pair. 8 pair of consciousness explained. 8 multiplied by 2, 60. 60 type of consciousness explained. What is the first pair? You have a study in Abhidhamma. Lobha Mula Cittas. The Buddha said, Saragawa Cittan, Saraga Cittanti Pachanati. Then Vitaragawa Cittan, Vitaraga Cittanti Pachanati. There is one to say, Citta with the craving, Citta without the craving. 2. Saraga Citta means Citta with the craving. Vitaraga Citta, Citta without the craving. So, in 89 Citta or 89 Cittas, according to Abhidhamma, so Citta with the cravings, how many will be? Only 8, you see. 8 Citta with the cravings, only 8. According to Abhidhamma, we have to know about that. Mahasatipatthana Sutta said, Saraga Citta. Vitaraga Citta is not with the craving, that is without the craving. The others, you see, 89, 81. A minus 81. 81 Cittas are Vitaraga Cittas, without the craving. First, we must differentiate our consciousness. That is the meaning. On seeing visible object with our eye, this visible object is desirable, lovable, pleasant,